Wellity, wellity, wellity. That cumbersome fade out can only mean one thing. And that one thing that it meant is that I'm here now and I'm live and I've unmuted the mic. Hello everyone and good time zone and what is up gamers? Hi! Welcome in. Hope you are having beautiful days. It's very lovely to be back again and hopefully I'm gonna be speed running some art, so yay! Anyways, Turnip, hello, hello. Thank you for the lurk. And hello, Theo, thank you for the lurk as well. Hope you have a lovely, lovely work. And many interactions, hello, and honk indeed! Let's get honking, everybody. This is, oh jeez, it just about fits on screen, so that's good. But this is the piece that I made for today. We are once again doing the Stream Inc. 2024 prompt list. If you're not familiar, it is a 31-day prompt list challenge, and each one has been set by a different member of the art stream community. This is Nephra's, and they have given us Goose. So this is the Goose that I drew. I had a request as soon as I mentioned, I think, to my moderator / spouse that I was doing Goose as a prompt. And he was like, so you're gonna do a goose with a knife, right? And I'm like, well, I have to do that now. So here is our threatening goose. And I don't know if you can read it, but this very, very messy text at the bottom says, always be honking. So, I hope that y'all like it. I like this goose. I think they're fun. I had a good time drawing it. I might actually attempt to speedrun 2 pieces today. Because I'm going to be busy tomorrow, and I don't know, I might not have time until quite late in the evening to do this otherwise, but my piece for tomorrow, which the word is grimoire, and this is just a little warlock writing letters to their warlock patron girlfriend in their, in their magic book. So, that's super normal of them. Mash, oh my gosh, thank you so much for the hydrate. I shall do that, forthwith. And also, hi. Hope you're having a good one. Oh, and thank you also for the posture check. Alright, this is a pumpkin spice matcha latte. And I am lengthening my spine before I have a sip. Thank you so much for the well-being check. We're early, and I've only been here for like 5 minutes, but you know what? I was already hunched over, so thank you. I think if I want to permanently cure being hunched over as an artist, I need a standing desk, and I need a desk that I can have at, like, sort of an incline, as opposed to just sort of, like this rather than like this, as it were. But a little bit more flat than that, because my fingers want to curve, apparently. Anyways, 11 out of 10 do recommend standing desks, says Mash. I would love it so much. I would love it so much. It's the kind of thing that, like, if I had, like, a desk job where, you know, sort of I went to an office every day, I would 100% request a standing desk, and they'd probably be like, oh, no, we don't have the budget for that. You're just gonna have to, if you want to stand up, you can just not use your chair, and then kind of bend over, to reach the disc that's still at regular height, but, mysteriously, you know, people who have more seniority than me get standing desks. Huh, how about that? Management. Anyways, this is definitely not based on any such mysteriously the money isn't there when I make a request things that have ever happened to me in any jobs whatsoever. But, sorry to go on that little ramble. But I would love to have a standing desk. We don't have space for a standing desk in the studio right now. Maybe in a future studio if we ever move house. That'd be amazing. Bonus points for automating it so it rises every hour, or when you say, hey Siri, stand up. Oh, see, I have two major wishes for, like, a studio space. Number 1, a desk that I can work at while standing, and 2, like, an alternative to desk, like, nest space for when I just really want to be curled up in a ball surrounded by soft things doing sketching. I feel like I need both of these. Sitting at a desk and working is, like, the least the least natural feeling thing to me. I don't mind doing it because it's what's available to me, but yeah, it's weird. My desk goes so low I can basically sit on the ground, says Mash. Your desk sounds so good. I love that for you. That's amazing. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Goose to me says orange because they've got like the orange beak and feet and stuff. But the rest of Goose doesn't say orange, so because the feathers aren't going to be orange. So I've kind of been on the fence about what color to do for the rest of it. Time to add it to your throne, says Mesh. I don't... Actually, I think I have a throne account and then decided to never use it. Because I don't know. I don't, people don't need to buy me things. It's okay. I don't know. I don't know what I'd put on a throne. But I'll add it to my personal, like, brain wish list. Because to be honest, even if some benevolent soul decided to buy me a standing desk, I literally have no space for it in my house. Buy stuff for chat then, says Smash. I also have no money. Anyways. Theo says, Goose! Hell yeah! Also, hi, Theo. Thank you for the enthusiastic Goose. I appreciate the Goose enthusiasm. I think what I might do as like a balance to this is to make it a slightly brownier orange so it works both for the plumage and for the feet. I had envisioned doing this as like a white goose because geese obviously are a very diverse subspecies of burb. So they do come in more than one color of plumage. But I was probably just going to do like a white feathered goose and then maybe sort of color in the background a bit. Ooh, yeah, I could color in the background and just leave the goose with like white feathers. That could be fun. Hey Lina, welcome in. Thank you for the honk. Much appreciated. Hope you're having a good one. It is indeed Goose Day and I'm very excited about it. You can probably tell. Anyways, am I just generically looking up the word goose on my phone so I can find a picture of a goose to make sure that I paint it correctly? No-ish. Some people have, like, inspiration boards of such things. I don't. I just like, oh, here's a picture of domestic goose from Wikipedia. That'll do. That gives me a pretty good idea of what its, like, feathers and sort of funky little body look like. It is actually, according to this, a slightly warmer orange, so maybe if I take some orange and add a bit of, like, sort of red to it, or, ooh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna take this sort of brownish red color, and I'm gonna mix it with this, like, sunshine orange, and I think between the two of these, we're gonna get a good goose ink color, which sounds really weird when I say it like that, but whatever. I'm gonna wiggle my inks because there's nothing happening on the 3D printer, so I'm not concerned about the disturbing the printer bed with wiggles. So I'm gonna try and wiggle my ink. So sorry about the noise, everybody. It'll be over in a second. Okay. That's my orange wiggled. I'm gonna wiggle my sort of warm, it's either warm brown or a very muted red. I don't know. It's called Red Earth, so it's kind of a bit of both. One moment, please. Okay. All right. I love this color. This is a color that it's so like creamy and opaque that it looks delicious to me. I don't know. This looks like it should be like a beverage. It looks so tasty. I don't know. Anyways. Oh, I wanted to let you know a thing that happened to me last night. So I encountered an artist on Instagram, who does like block printing. Her work is gorgeous. But she has noticed in the last little bit that drink it's as many distractions. No! I have literally 3 beverages to drink. I have my pumpkin spice matcha latte, I have a nice cup of cold blackcurrant squash, and I have a spiced, apple tea. So I think I'm good for beverages. I'm not gonna drink an acrylic ink. But I appreciate the chaotic energy. Okay, I'll drink. It's as many instructions. No. Anyways, I'm just gonna pop her Instagram username into chat. Actually, I'm gonna make sure that I have it right before I do that, because if I do it and it's wrong, then I'm gonna look really silly. So, one moment while I look it up. But anyways, so she made a post about expressing a frustration about the fact that sorry, that does that goose have a knife? Yes, that goose does have a knife. Also, hi, I'm so sorry. Podril or Pole 888? Let me know how to say, but hi. But yes, the goose has a knife. This goose is also very chaotic. I love them. Anyways, but yeah, this person on the Instagram was talking about how they were, there are two Sammys. Is it gone? I hope it's gone. I really hope it's gone. Pow is good. Or Pow. Hello. Welcome in. How you doing? Hope you're having a good one. And hi. It gone. Okay, good. That was my evil doppelganger. Hopefully I've banished them back into the alternate dimension. Anyways, but yeah. So this artist was lamenting the fact that, like, when they try and look at, sort of like other artists in their sort of the tags that they follow, they're only finding accounts that have like hundreds of thousands of followers and like gazillions of likes, and they're like, okay, that's really great, but I want to find out about new artists, and I want to see art by people who have like 20 followers, because it's still good. I want to see new things by people I don't know. And was like, okay, so if there's any artists that you think I should follow, shout them out in the comments of this post, because I would like to know about them. So I made a comment mentioning a few of my artist friends who, just off the top of my head, people whose art makes me very happy and who I know are very, very lovely people. And Instagram, moments after I posted it, was like, we've removed your comment because we think that you're trying to get engagement through malicious means. And I'm like, I was literally just trying to get some attention to other artists I think are good. It was nothing about me. And it just felt really sad and really mean that specifically the one time I get put into Instagram jail is when I'm, like, specifically not trying to I'm never maliciously trying to self-promote, but I was specifically just trying to be like, hey, these are some artists I think you might like. And it was like, no! You can't do that! And it was just so sad. It just felt so mean. I realized that all of this stuff is, again, sort of algorithmically based, and it's, like, automated and stuff, and it just made me feel really unhappy. Just in a quietly sad kind of way, because it was really kind of indicative of what the artist was talking about, that it is really hard to find new people, because the app just doesn't want you to. Anyways, so that felt a little bit sad. It doesn't, I have no idea whether or not it's, like, adversely impacted my account at all, because I have not looked at it today. So I have not the foggiest as to whether or not it's, whether or not I'm actually in, like, algorithmic jail. But I think I've been in algorithmic jail for years, if I'm being honest, so, like, whatever. In that case, it makes near as no difference to me, because I have, like, zero platform on there. Like, okay, I guess. Anyways, that's not the most important thing in the world as an artist, but it is nice to be able to find new people and to find community, and when they just seem to go out of their way to prevent you from doing that, it just feels a little bit mean. Anyways, how do I feel about this color? If I kind of wash it down, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the non-watercolor paper backing paper of the paper block that this came from and just kind of smudge this on and see if I like it as a color, because I feel like that's probably the best way to do it. Smudge. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of is that a good color? I think I might add a little bit more of the sort of reddy brown to it, actually. I feel like that's not going to harm it. Anyways, how's everybody doing? How have your weeks been? I hope they've been good. Maybe actually two drip drops. Okay, let's try that. I hope you've had good weeks. I hope you're having nice times. I hope you're having good ones. I'm trying to think of what I did this week. I spent most of yesterday in a room that had a radiator that was directly behind me that I was unable to switch off. And it was set to maximum and very broken. And I think this made me kind of ill, because by the end of the day I was like faint and it was not pleasant. I think that's a better color. Okay, I'm gonna use that. Let's do it. Alright, cool. Also wondering if I should do a background on this, or if it... Yeah, actually, no. I'm going to leave this with just a plain white background. I think that'll be fun. I do actually think... This is nothing to do with, like, making an effort, and 100% to do with I think it'll be fun to just have, like, a plain white background on this piece. So, that's what I'm going to do. Alright. Now I just have to figure out how the heck to shade this, because most of it is white feathers, but obviously white feathers still have shading and dimension to them, so I just gotta figure out how to do that and make it look somewhat realistic but still silly, because this is a goose. And as far as geese go, I reckon this is a pretty silly goose. Do you think this is a silly goose or a serious goose? I think this is a silly goose. But I think this is a silly goose that can be pretty serious. I mean, look at them. They've got a knife in their beak. They are not to be trifled with. And I'm a little scared of them. But, you know, in a fun way. Anyways. Yeah. Anywho. I'm going to take some of my beverage. Oh no, brain fog picked a great time to kick in, says many distractions. Oh, beans. You should, if you're able to avail yourself of some rest, I highly recommend it. It doesn't always help with the fog, but it'll make you feel better. Okay, this is a photo of a goose. Very good, very useful. I think it's hard for me because the feathers are all white. To try and get a feel for like the texture of them is actually quite difficult, I think. So that's going to be an interesting fun challenge. I'm just taking the bits of ink that are still like attached to the literally just the end of a different paintbrush that I use to blend inks together. And I've tried to get most of that onto the brush, so I'm not wasting it, because I don't know, ink is money, and usually when I have to decant ink out like this, some of it ends up having to be discarded anyways, but the less of that I can do, the better, if at all possible. So okay, I'm just trying to water this down quite a bit. Oh, sorry for the shaky cam. Is everyone okay? I hope you're okay. Just gonna try and water this down quite a bit. just to try and create sort of an, it's almost but not quite just white, sort of undertone for the piece. Some of my pencil sketching is quite sketchy here as well, because I don't know. I don't think I've ever done, if I've ever done a goose before, it's never been quite as large or with actual details in it. So trying to figure out how goose's bodies actually work was an interesting exercise. I've been itching to, I am enjoying this though, I'm very happy. I've been itching to paint some more birds for a little while now. I want to do, I think I might do some kind of bird thing for my, like holiday stuff shop release, which I will do one of. But I don't know what kind of, I feel like I want to do like, you know, sort of wintry birds, but also I just really wanted to draw, shore birds for a while. Just like maybe some plovers and similar things. Have you ever seen a fairy tern? They're very cute. They're very cute. Hold up. I need, we need to look at it now because it's going to bother me if I don't. Because they're very, very cute. Anyways. I mean, you know that they're going to be cute because they're called a fairy tern, for crying out loud. Like, how could that not be cute? Look at this. Oh no, it's so stinking cute. Let me pull up a nice big photo of it. Okay. No, damn it. Hold up. Okay, there's my Instagram page, but more importantly, okay, there's a, look at his little, just everything about this bird is the heckin' cutest. They're little and they're sweet, and there's not very many of them. So I hope that, I don't know, bird conservation efforts, get on that. I'm so into birds these days. I'm thinking to myself, did I go into the wrong line of work? Am I in the wrong vocation? Should I be working in like bird conservation? And the answer is no, because that requires much more of a scientific background than I could ever begin to attempt to be good at. But on the other hand, I just love them. They're just so stinking cute. They're so lovely, and they're very important. And also, there are of some bird species, like, disconcertingly not very many, and I don't like that. Anyways. Alright. Is this drying out at all? Because I realize I've put this paint down and now I have to try and paint on it again. And it's still a little bit wet. It looks like it's wearing shoes, says Poe. Oh, bless! Yes. Yes, very, very cute. I love when they look like they're wearing little socks and shoes. So stinking cute. Excuse me. I also just love, it's got such a pointy beak. It's got such a pointy beak for probably like sort of digging into the sand and finding little worms and stuff to have for snacks. Very cute indeed. Oh, I had such a wonderful, when I was last back in Canada, I had such a wonderful time because in the years since I moved away from my country of origin, my family home, the back garden has become really, like, the trees have gotten so big, and I think in general in the neighborhood as well, because the neighborhood's like a good 30 years old now. It was, like, the house was brand new when my parents moved into it about 30 years ago. And so now that it's kind of like a grown-up neighborhood, it is so full, but it's still quite close to the countryside, so it is very, very, very full of wildlife. There's birds galore in the back garden. Sometimes you get a little, like, rabbit passing through or whatever. Not really in the right part of the country for deer, unfortunately. But a lot of birds, and a lot of birds that I never see where I live in the UK, so that's really, really nice getting to see, you know, I got to see, like, cardinals and chickadees and so many robins, and then we we went for a little day trip down to a lake that's a couple hours from where my parents live, and there were all kinds of shorebirds hanging out there, little sandy things and plovery things and little pipers. Oh, so good, so good. If you like birds, it's very good. Anyways, and I do like birds. In case you couldn't tell, I like bird. Goose is bird. I actually went on a really nice sort of afternoon out with my in-laws. I think was it back in August actually. Wow, it's been that long. Or was it the top of September? I don't know. It was like August, top of September, somewhere around there. And we went to this quite big park which had quite a lot of like wilderness and stuff in it, and oh my goodness gracious, there were so many ducks and geese, and some of them were real scary. Not gonna lie. Oh, I think there might have been swans as well, extra scary. I do find swans scary. Does anyone else find swans quite scary? They can be quite aggressive, I think. At least certainly in this country, perhaps because they were... Okay, there's a question. Does anyone who is a British resident know the answer to this? I can't find my... Where's my tissues? I need a bit of tissue to blot. Does anyone who is a British person, or actually anyone who knows things about British stuff, know this? Now, I know that, like, the late Queen owned all the swans in the country or something like that. Like, there was a problem once where there was a swan that was not on railroad tracks, but like within the vicinity of a few miles of railroad tracks, so our train was delayed by like an hour, presumably because it is treason to put a swan in any potential harm's way, which fair enough. But a swan can break your arm. Anyways, what I want to know is, since they were the Queen's swans, and the Queen passed, does anyone know, was ownership of the swans like bequeathed to the subsequent monarch, or do they just get to be free? I guess is my question, because I genuinely don't know. And I honestly didn't follow the coverage of like the Queen passing with that much in the way of attention, because I don't really care about the monarchy particularly. It's not an interest of mine, so I was not really paying that much attention. So if that was covered at some point, the what the heck happens to the royal bird ownership when a monarch passes, I don't know it. I mean, it's not that important, but you know, just out of curiosity. Just out of curiosity, it'd be interesting to know. There's some really interesting sort of like feathery texture on specifically the goose's neck. It looks like there's a lot of quite fluffy little feathers up here. So I want to try and give that a bit of texture. I will be doing I'll do some like line work and stuff on the feathers as well when I get there. But I just want to kind of get some bits of sort of textury, shading-y gubbins happening in here, as best as I can. It's just not very good because these feathers are kind of messy. But never mind. Oh, whatever. But also these feathers are white, so I don't want it to be too dark, because then it'll look weird. Anyways. I'm trying to think how I normally handle birds with a lot of white plumage, and I think the answer is I kind of don't really. Like, I don't paint a lot of white birds. So that's one solution, I suppose. Okay. Alright. So I'll let that dry down for a minute. Take a sip of one of my beverages. What shall I have? I will have some of my matcha latte. I should probably finish it first, and then I'll have my other two beverages. Anywho. Are you saying you duck the issue? Yes. Yes, I am saying I duck the issue. Thank you. I should have made like an exclamation mark honk command for this stream, but I completely forgot to do it. Hold up. I could conceivably do that right now. So what if I just honk? Hopefully this will work. Okay, let's see if I did it. Yay! That's it. That's the command. I hope you like it. Feels appropriate for Goose Day. So here we are. Okay, while I'm waiting for that to dry down, I can probably go look at doing some other bits of the painting. We've got this knife, obviously. And I think I want the handle to be a bit darker, so I'll come back and fill it in. My moderator/spouse is home! Yay! I'm gonna go quickly say hi to him, and I'll be back in just a second, chat. Thank you. Hi, sweetie. I missed you. No post today. No. What's happening? Marry me. Always. Yay! Anywho. Thank you very much for the honk mesh. Honk! I'm so happy I realized I could just do that in the middle of stream. That brings me some joy, and I hope you enjoy it too. While I'm waiting for these bits to dry, I'm actually just going to go in with my tiny brush and just do the lettering back here. It do be sparking joy, says Mesh. Yay! Oh, I'm so glad. I am so glad. What did I want to say? Oh, yeah. I've been having some problems with our local postal delivery in the last couple of weeks. Namely, so the one day that I'm reliably not at home during the day is Wednesdays. And I had a notification from the postal service that something that I had ordered was going to be delivered on Wednesday. And so it's like, oh, no, please don't try to deliver it on Wednesday because no one's going to be here to answer the door. And we don't really have alternate means of them, like, we don't reliably have, like, a neighbor you can leave it with or, like, really a safe space to put it. So I asked if they could come today instead. And then I got a notification on yesterday morning saying that my postal thing was being delivered that day. And I was like, no! Because I'm not going to be at home. And then I got a notification a few hours later being like, we couldn't deliver it. And I was like, I know! I wasn't here! Are you going out to... Okay. And then today, I got a notification at like, I don't know, I think maybe like 11 a.m. being like, we're going to deliver your post between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. And then they didn't. And so I'm expecting that this piece of post, which is not, admittedly, not urgent, but I would like to not be worried about they're gonna keep trying to deliver it on like the 2 days that I'm not at home. Because that'll be stressful. I'm supposed to be going out on a date tomorrow. I'd like to be able to do that without worrying that the postie's gonna turn up and be like, oh no, I guess I can't deliver this box. And then it just eventually gets sent back, I suppose. But, you know, I don't want to begrudge the Postal Service because I have a sneaking suspicion that they are, like, chronically understaffed. Which is a problem, and I don't like that for them, but, also, it does do me a concern, when I end up feeling kind of like I'm, being held hostage within my house, not being able to do things that would make it impossible for me to answer the door, just in case they try and deliver some post that day. And it's something that I need to answer, either sign for, or it's too big to fit through the letterbox. I mean, I don't really understand the utility of providing tracking information if it's just going to be, like, consistently inaccurate over several weeks, and then your 48-hour parcel shows up a fortnight later. So, yay! Post office taking notes right now to specifically deliver when you're not at home, says Mesh. No! That's wasteful for them, too! It's wasteful for everybody. Also, Mesh says just like Sammy sparks joy with her art. No! You! You spark joy! Thank you. That's very sweet. That has sparked the joy within me. Anyways. But yeah, and the thing is, it's not even stuff that's, like, specifically super important in my case. It's just things that I am expecting. And would like to, if you're going to tell me when it's coming, I feel like you should feel reasonably certain that you're going to be able to do it. Anyways, oh no. Pao says, not 48 hours, 4 to 8 days. Ah, oof, ouch. Oof, ouch. Nash says, me? No, shush, no, you. Ah! Anyways, but yeah, so that's been, like, my last couple of weeks, and then it sort of calmed down for a few days, and then now we're back at it, apparently. So I think what I'm learning here is I'm just gonna have to learn to not worry about it, and if it turns up when I'm at the house, then it will, and if it doesn't, then it won't. But yeah, anyways. Doof. At least this lettering is turning out cute, I hope. I hope. I am not very good at lettering. It takes me a very long time and a lot of as you've seen my, like, natural handwriting, you will know it is trash. It takes me a very long time and a lot of very deliberate effort to get my letters to look remotely not awful. And they're still not very good. But I think it you know what? I think it's okay for the letters for this piece to be a little bit chaotic, considering the subject matter. So I'm honestly pretty okay with it. I'm going to clean this brush out, because I am going to be coming back to it later to be doing some more line weight. But I don't want it to get all ruined in the meantime, so I would rather it be, you know, clean. Because acrylic ink is not the most pleasant on your brushies. No, sweetheart. My moderator / spouse just said tasty, though.
Do you need
Thanks, babe. Are you? Yeah, go ahead. I love you. Hey. Anyways. Oh, Mesh, thank you very much for the self-care check. And you know what? I am going to apply that to everybody. If you haven't had anything to drink in a while, now would be a good time to have a drink. And likewise, if you are shrimping like me, probably a good time to lengthen your spine a little bit. Get those shoulders back. Does your spouse want to sip the paint water? No! No, Mesh! My moderator / spouse is generally, I would say, a preferer of tea over paint water. He likes a nice cup of tea. I think, what is it we're drinking right now? Dorset tea, I think. I made a video a couple years ago where I taste tested all of the different brands of just standard tea bag I could find. link in the chat. Someday I'll hit the magic subscriber number that lets me get ad money from my videos, which will be pennies because my my videos are pretty niche, and that's okay. But yeah, it's there. Anyways, to do that, I had to buy, like, I think about 14, I bought 14 boxes of tea, basically. So hundreds and hundreds of tea bags. We are still drinking them, and it has been like a year and a half at least. You can warm up the paint water for them, says Mesh. No! No, no, no! I would never do such a thing to my beautiful spouse. They deserve safe beverages. They deserve the safest of beverages. Anyways, YouTube removed me from their ad program because they raised the minimum requirements, which I hate, years ago, says Mash. No, that's so... You should have been grandfathered in if you were already in the ad program. They should have just made... If they wanted to make the requirements higher, they should have just made that for new people. They shouldn't have removed you. That's so mean. No. No, I hate that for you. That's awful. I mean, you know, like, you don't have to discuss your personal finances here, obviously, but I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that the ad revenue from YouTube videos is pretty small anyways. Like, well, enjoy your pennies, people with over 1,000 subscribers. Speaking of, I hit 1,000 followers here on Twitch a few days ago. So thank you everyone for that again. I am so grateful. You're all amazing. Since we're doing Stream Inc. this month, I don't really have time to get a, like, proper celebration stream in, and I also want to make sure that, like, I don't suddenly get a raft of unfollowers and the number goes back down again, because that would make the celebration feel real superfluous and kind of sad. So I wanted to wait until it was, like, definitely solidified that I'm not likely to go back under 1,000 at any point very soon, before doing a celebration. So we'll have one in November, and I don't know what we're gonna do, but there's probably gonna be some stupid games and some stupid giveaways. And it's probably, hopefully, gonna be really fun. But, I hope that I hope that y'all will enjoy that. I don't know what day it's gonna be yet. I'll have to look at the calendrier and see what's a good day for it. I don't know, probably, it feels like a good thing to have on, like, a Thursday kind of day, but maybe a Monday is better. I don't know. I might do 2 days of it so I can do, like, some stupid games on a Friday game stream as well. I just don't know. Anyways. I haven't made any videos on there in years, says Mash. Fair enough. Very sad indeed. I had a video that had 200,000 views or something, and that's how I got it. Damn! Good for you! That is so many! Congratulations! Good job. Hell yeah. Okay. I want to do some more slightly more intense shading. Should I... Hold up. Should I, how is this for a foot color, I wonder? Yeah, that's probably a good foot color. It's the same as the beak color, so that's nice and easy. Okay. I don't know if I'm doing the majestic legs of the goose justice here. They're looking quite but when I look at them, they are pretty robust goose legs. I mean, they've got a gloriously curvaceous goosely body to carry around, so I guess that makes sense. I don't know, I just really like this angle. I was like, I want to get the goose's face in, but also the goose's butt. So how do I establish both? And I feel like this has hopefully done that. We got goose face, we got goose butt. Those are the most important parts of a goose, obviously. Okay, I'm turning this, so I'm gonna scooch my palette out of the way so I have a little bit more space to work at this angle. I would not mess with that Goose, says Mesh. It's probably for the best. I mean, they have a knife, so they clearly have the capacity to harm those what hath wronged them. And I would not want to see you come to any harm. And I say that personally in the most non-threatening way possible, because I, unlike this Goose, am not threatening. I hope people like the Goose. I'm enjoying the Goose. I am so grateful that we got Goose as a prompt word for Stream Inc. this year. Incidentally, just in case you're curious, let's have a look at the Stream Inc. prompt list. It popped up on stream. I've also popped a link to the Stream Inc. Sort of landing page in the chat. There's a Discord. There's socials on many of the places you probably are. There's Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, if you have any of those websites. Otherwise, the prompt list is also on this little card page. And they do have a Discord as well, where there's channels to post all of your prompt fills if you do any of them. And it's very fun. I've very much been enjoying seeing what everyone is doing as interpretations for these works. It's so fun. Anyways, so here's the prompt list. And today's word is goose, which is from Nephra. I'm gonna pop a shout out for Nephra in the chat as well. And if you haven't seen Nephra's work, oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's so cute. They've been doing geese for every prompt this month. It's so good. I love their artwork so much. Mash says, the Goose says, drink that paint water or else. Me, or else what? Goose. Exactly. Oh, creepy. Anyways, hello to Tweety Verde. Hello, welcome in. How are you doing? Tweety Bird to you too. Tweety. Hope you're having a good Tweety day. It's very, very lovely to see you. Welcome on in. Okie dokie. I'm going to... I think I want the knife handle to be darker than the goose beak by a good couple of shades. So I want to just deepen that a smidge. I think that's better. Oh, it's you know what? I feel like it's starting to look like a goose. I feel like it's starting to look a little bit like a goose. I hope that you agree that it is starting to look a little bit like a goose. I feel really good about that. Hell yeah. Anywho. Oh no. Oh no, thank you for the honks. Honk! And I'm sorry about the coughs. I've had a sore throat for the last couple of days. And it really hit hard yesterday. Like, I left my office space.
Shaw!
Who did that? Mira, thank you very much for the shot. Oh my god, she's riding the goose. Oh my god, she's riding the goose. This is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Thank you, Mira. I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful Thursday. This is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Thank you. Anywho, hi. But yeah, I had a terrible sore throat yesterday. It's a little bit better today, but oof, ouch. I'm gonna need to keep drinking these fluids. Because yikes. Anyways, hope everyone else is staying healthy, drinking plenty of fluids, staying hydrated, staying good. Getting your vitamins. Please make sure you're getting them vitamins. They're also very good for your well-being. And we're moving on to spiced apple tea. And it's this tea is weird because there's like this weird, like, there's just like little islands floating on top of it, and it looks super creepy, but I think it's just cinnamon. Like, I think it's just, if you've ever tried to add cinnamon to something that's like a liquid, you know that it doesn't really want to, like, blend in. It will kind of try and float to the surface. So I think it's just cinnamon, but it looks really weird. Oh my god, Mira says, is it the spice bones? Is it bone apple tea? Yes. Yes, it is. This is now bone apple tea. Because the pun is beautiful. And also, you know, because it's Halloween month. And I'm here for the spooky scaries. So, yes, I love that. Thank you. Alright. I would like to apply some shading to the feathers. Or to the legs under the feathers. Because I figured there'd be a little bit of a shadow there. What I'm going to do, can I kind of fade that a little bit? Yep. Thus, that just kind of erased part of it, but that'll do. It's a little bit, it's a little softer now. It's not so much, it doesn't look like a stripe, and before it was looking a little bit like a stripe. Also just going to very gently a little bit on the underside of the beak and that bit of the knife as well. There we go. Cool. And oh, beans has bled a bit. Hold up. Okay. I'm trying to be very meticulous with this because I would like it to look, it doesn't need to be perfect, but I would like it to be, you know, pretty good. Pretty good would be nice. I would happily settle for pretty good. Is there a little bit of color on you? Can I just get a little? There's a little shadow under the chin. Just because I think it'd be cute. Okay. I think I can line weight. I think I'm ready to line weight. I mean, we're only an hour into stream and I think I'm line weighting, so we're probably going to have to start painting too. Cuz this is going pretty speedily. I didn't want to overburden this with too much detail cuz I thought it might look weird. But you know, I would like for it to have enough detail that it looks as it should. This is the scariest. I'm going straight to the scariest bit, which of course is the eye. Which of course, if it doesn't look perfect, the goose will look weird. Oh no, it looks good. Sweetie, can I have a look at my goose? I have summoned my moderator / spouse to come look at my goose. What do you think so far?
I mean, gobble, gobble, gobble.
That's a turkey, sweetheart.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
Always be hanking.
Honk.
Hank.
Honk.
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 Hank.
There is an exclamation mark honk command in the chat now, by the way.
Well, that's the one for you.
Sorry about the lights. Anyways. Well, you can use it too if you're in chat. I'm just letting you know. No, but you're in chat sometimes, babe. Yeah. Anyways.
Plap, 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 plap.
Oh, the kiwi's giving the goose a little smooch. I love it. I love that for them so much. Thank you very much for the plap plaps, Mira. Very much appreciated. And I'm very glad to see that the goose and the kiwi bird have made very good friends indeed. Doing a little kissy. Oh, bless. I can't move the painting while the kiwi's there because I don't want to interrupt their smooch. Okay, there we go. Thank you for that. That was very, very, very sweet. I love the fact that you can be like, I want sticker to go here. Either that or that was just serendipitous. Regardless, thank you, Mara. I appreciate it. Okie dokie. I'm gonna start with the foots for completely arbitrary reasons. And I genuinely don't know why. But it's what I decided to do. I hope this is what goose feet look like. They're very dinosaur-y to me. The kiwi is trying to steal the knife! Says... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. See, I thought that they were just making friends, and then it's a double cross. They're just a tricky little so-and-so. That is at least as good, if not even better. Honestly, I think that would earn the goose's respect. I think that's how you earn the goose's respect. Is to try and steal via surreptitious means the knife. I'm impressed. These little scamps. Absolute so-and-sos. You love to see it. Okay. And there we go. We got some feet. Yay! Okay, cool. I'm gonna do the knife next. Once again, for no particular reason. Just because I feel like it. What sort of knife is this? I don't know. It kind of looks like the sort of knife that you would use for, like, soft cheeses. But if you were to... I mean... anything of this variety, if you were to use it with enough force, would cause some damage, for sure. But it does kind of look like a soft cheese knife. Oh well, listen. The goose is trying their best, and we wholeheartedly respect them for it. Got these funky little tummy feathers here. Like so. Doof. Okay. Pretty good, I think. Not too bad, hopefully. Anyways. Question for the chat. What's your favorite winged, feathery creature, and why is it a goose? They asked. Absolutely not threateningly. But I would be careful how you answer, because the goose is listening. Mine is a goose. Geese are definitely my favorites, and I love them so much. How did that sound? Anyways. I mean, I do think the geese are great. I think they're adorable and lovely. I love their little feet. I love their little beaks. I love their weird bodies. I love all their feathers. I love the geese who have those, like, really dinosaur-looking beaks where it's got, like, a big bump on the top. Those are very fun. Yeah, geese are good. And I'm not just saying that because I'm painting one, and I don't want it to feel sad, because it has a knife in its beak. But also, I do not want them to feel sad. Also because I genuinely love them. But also, you know, knife beak. Anyways. Okie dokie. There we go. Yay. Oh, there was something that I wanted to mention earlier and I've completely forgotten what it was. Oh no. Hopefully it wasn't important. It probably wasn't. Oh, I decided to laugh in the face of my lactose intolerance earlier today, and I just had an entire ball of fresh mozzarella cheese for my lunch. And you know, it was really delicious, and that lactase pill is doing a lot of heavy lifting today. Is what I shall say on the matter. Thank goodness for lactase pills. Oh my gosh. That cheese was so good. Is the goose threatening you? Is that why you're saying that, Sismira? No! The goose is my friend and I love them. And, I have nothing but respect for them and their lovely knife. I think they're very special and sweet. And I do genuinely love them very much. There. Okay. This is not taking very long, which is kind of nice. I would kind of like to speedrun some art today, if I can. Just cause
New limited edition blue raspberry fight milk makes you almost as cool as Hornet.
Oh my god, Mira, that jump scared me. Oh, little guy. Just be careful you don't accidentally drink any of the paint water that's right next to the fight milk. Should I be concerned? I feel slightly concerned. I'm just... No, hang on, let me... I'm sure they know better. But that was coincidentally very close to the paint water. But also, thank you very much for the fight milk sticker. Thank you. Much appreciated, indeed. I surprised myself yesterday. I was speaking to someone and I mentioned playing video games, and they're like, "Oh, what are you playing lately?" And I said Hollow Knight, and they were like, "Sorry, what?" And I said Hollow Knight, and they're like, "I'm sorry, what?" And I'm like, "Hollow Knight." And they're like, "I have never heard of that." And I was like, "What?" I was so confused. We were gonna follow it up, but then we didn't get to follow it up. And so I guess that person will never know what Hollow Knight is unless they decide to look it up on an internet search engine or like in Steam or something and be like, "Oh, that's what they were talking about. Well, that looks neat. Maybe I'll try it." And then 300 hours later, they're trying to beat a speedrun record. And they get fired from their job because all they want to do is play Hollow Knight. No, I don't want that for them. But I hope that they decided to look it up and go like, "Ooh, that's neat," and then maybe discover a new favorite game. I don't know. Anyways, Turnip says, "Lumfow." I am pulled out of Lurk to say that sticker and the sound effect is amazing. Thank you, Turnip. I made it myself. I'm very proud. That was very fun to do. So I'm glad that it's got some fans. Just doing some vague feather shapes back here. I don't know. But glad you approve. Thank you. Anyways, I need to check and see what my emote slots are doing. I feel like maybe this is something for the celebration of having 1,000 followers on this platform, which is still absolutely flippin' wild to me. That many of y'all have at least at some point been like, "Yeah, I'll drop this person a follow." I really appreciate it. I really, really do. But maybe we can level up some emotes for that. There are some emotes that I've had for quite a long time, and I feel like could probably do with an update. So maybe this is the time to do it. Anyways, this is our Goose. I think Do I want to maybe darken down a little bit of the shading, just a smidge? I feel like I maybe do kind of just like a little bit, but I don't want to accidentally make it like way too dark. So maybe I'm just adding just a butt ton of water. But just maybe get a really nice bit of shading like under the wing especially. I think would look nice. Because at the moment I feel like it's quite subtle, and if it gets blown out at all in the scan, you're not going to be able to see it. So hopefully that's improved it a smidge. Tals, hello, welcome in. How are you doing? Lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. How is your Thursday going? Wonderful to see you. Hello, hello. And indeed. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I do. Okay. Okay, do I need to do anything else to the piece? A little bit of that, and a little bit just under the tail feathers there. And I feel like the shading that I did put just at the top of the legs kind of fully disappeared, so I've just added it back in, and maybe just a little bit just on this side of the foots as well. Okay. I'm gonna stop there, otherwise I might be futzing all day. And we've got other things to do than just futz. So yes, I'm okay, nice knife, Goose, says Tals. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very much appreciated. I'm gonna sign this. I'm gonna call this our Goose for today. And I'm just gonna remind chat once again the very important message of this piece. Always be honking. And there is, in fact, an exclamation mark honk command in the chat now. You're welcome. Hope y'all enjoy that. I don't know. Okay. Wicked. So Goose is done, which is great, and I'm happy with that. So I'm going to do a super quick BRB. I'll be back in like a minute, and we will start something else, because this didn't take very long, and I'm not ready to end the stream. So, BRB everybody, have a little break, take a drink, have a stretch, do all the things. I will see you very, very shortly. Hello everyone, I'm back. Hi. Say goodbye to the BRB music, and hello again to me, I suppose. Hi. I hope I didn't miss anything. It's lovely to see you all again. I am really happy with the way this Goose has turned out. I think they look pretty honking cute. And I like their little kniff. I think it's nice. Focus. Focus. Focus on my hideous hands. That's better. Okay. Honk. Thank you for the honks, everybody. I'm going to put this out of the way to fully dry so I can scan it in later. And have a look at doing some stuff on my next piece, which is a grimoire, which is also pretty straightforward at the moment. I haven't put any like background in. I am imagining that she's in like a fantasy tavern or something. In case anyone's wondering, and you probably are, thank you for the honk menus during the honk. Hang on, how many honks do I see in chat? Honk, 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 honk. There we go. I think that's all of them. Honk. Anyways, that's really fun to do. Just keep honking, everybody. This is based on a Dungeons and Dragons character I play occasionally, who is a warlock. She is a gnome, and she is of the warlock type where you get a magic book. And uses the magic book to exchange secret messages with her patron, who she is dating, and it's really cute. And I just liked the idea of, like, an otherwise deeply ordinary little lady who had a normal job and just happened to meet and fall in love with, like, this extremely powerful being who's, like, the, I don't know, frog queen, basically. And they're just really cute. And it's I just thought that would be fun. And so that's the story of the character. She can summon a familiar, which is a frog, and when she's not sort of going off on adventures and traveling with her traveling companions, she is a tailor by trade, specifically specializing in trousers for centaurs. Because I just think that it's an untapped market, you know. Froggers, as many distractions. Hell yeah. Thank you for the froggies. But yeah, she's a fun lady to play. I don't play her very often, but when I do, it's very, very fun. She's very full of, like, joy and positivity and just generally having a fairly good outlook, but also occasionally setting things on fire. And I don't know, if some guards die, that happened. Yay! That shout out to the time I somewhat over successfully cast Fireball. I was just expecting a bit of damage. I didn't expect to actually, you know, like, for anybody to die, but here you go. That was a learning experience. Sorry, love? Not for them it wasn't, he said. Yeah, thank you, sweetheart. I still feel bad about that, you know. I'm gonna be in therapy for years. Anyways. Sometimes sacrifices must be made for the frog queen, says Betty Strikes. Yes, exactly. Ha, says Tals. How do they wear their belts? Well, that's the interesting thing. See, it more or less just comes down to personal preference from centaur to centaur. Some of them want... Okay. Let's diagram this out for y'all. Some of them want, like... Here, I'm gonna just demonstrate my very good horse drawing skills, as you can see. So here is horse. Very good, very, very horsey. Some haunts will do, like, just the back leg situation and have just, like, back leg trousers, and some of them are like, no, I want the full coverage. And so they'll actually have, like, a super long waistband that goes like this, and covers both of the legs. It's really down to personal preference, so you either end up with, like, a fairly compact, just sort of like this like, trunky belt, or you have a belt that just goes the entire length of their body. It's entirely up to them. Anyways, hello, Aoife, welcome in. How are you doing? I was just explaining how centaur's trousers work, and then I realized that I just drew a horse instead of a centaur. Hold up. So I need to fix that. Now it person. There we go. Alright. It's a centaur now. I did it. Hooray. Anyways. That is quite possibly the worst drawing I've ever done outside of a terrible drawing time segment. So, you're welcome. Anyways, very horse. How y'all doing? Now it per haunts. Yes, exactly. Thank you, many distractions. It is a person horse. It is a per haunt. Anyways, right. Where is... It's masking time. It's time to masking fluid. Hooray. Okay. It's not super urgent that I masking fluid the desk, I don't think, but I'm gonna masking fluid this grimoire. And I did consult my own, so the official character art for this character is in Hero Forge, which is like the character creation screen doodad that you can create like a 3D model of a character and then have it made, and they will send it to you. They have various materials they can work with. You can have it in full color, you can have it like a paintable material or like a metallic material, dependent upon your preferences for such things. It's quite cool. I've never had a figure made from Hero Forge, but I do really appreciate it as a very quick, and just creating the character on Hero Forge is free. So you can I have like an arsenal of characters, and I've always used Hero Forge just to kind of have a personal idea of what the character looks like that I can actually look at rather than just inside my imagination, which I find super useful for characters that, you know, I maybe don't know if I'm going to be if this character is going to make more than one appearance. And if it's only making one appearance, I don't really need... I might not want to paint it if the adventure goes super badly and I don't really get attached to them, and actually I hate playing that character type, you know? It's like, what if it turns out that, oh man, I can't stand being, like, a paladin or something, and I made a paladin character, so I never want to play them again. Or something like, but I do find it very useful. And I believe that you can use it to, if you want to, if you have a figure that you just want to actually print yourself, you can, for a significantly smaller fee, download, like, the printable file, I guess, and just use, like, a printer of your own to print them. We do have a 3D printer. And now I'm giving myself thoughts. No, I shan't. But I am tempted to get a like little figurine of my like main D&D character at the moment, who is making an appearance in a later streaming artwork, by the way. And I can show you what the sketch looks like. It's this. And the prompt is Spark. And this is my like main campaign character. They are a goblin sorcerer. And they are a blacksmith by trade, specializing in knives. Maybe they made the Goose's knife! Oh my goodness, it all comes full circle. Oh wow. Oh jeez. I love it. Anyways. Eva says, you know how sometimes when your tea is steeping, you walk back to your PC, and some person explains the intricacies of centaur trouser tailoring and the challenges faced by those in that profession. Anyway, I forgot about my tea. I'm so sorry I made you forget your tea. Aoife, go get your tea. Ooh, Turnip says they usually do a Black Friday sale at Hero Forge the printable files. I've used that a few times. Ooh, that has piqued my interest. You know, I'm also realizing just now I really should have used that BRB period to, like, clean, like, give my brushes a proper, like, wash down. And clean off my palette, but I think I'm not going to worry too much about that. I'm thinking of doing this piece in sort of a like grayish brown color anyways, just because well, she's gnomish, and her coloring generally, like in terms of skin tone and stuff, is kind of a grayish brown, and her hair is a darker grayish brown. So I think if I just make everything grayish brown, that'll kind of work for her, I think. Though her outfit is more of a colorful palette because she is a tailor, so you know she's I assume that she's made her own clothes. Her name is Miri, by the way, and she's a fun little creature. She's a cool person. Okay. Just gonna give it a rough wipe down for now. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Anyways. Eva says, so I found an old project of mine, a puzzle I started 20-ish years ago and forgot about and heaped stuff on top of. I made space to continue it now. Eva, that's really exciting. Oh my goodness gracious. That's really cool. Hell yeah, I love that for you. Okay. This is kind of a, what colors shall I use to create this color? It is a somewhat complicated hue. I think I'm going to start with the red earth again, but that's too bright of a color. So what I might do, I'll do three red earths, and then I'm going to add one violet to it, and I'm going to see how that looks, and then I'll probably add a little black to kind of gray it out. Oh my god! Ow! That hurt! This hurt to open. This bottle, I swear to gosh. Not cool. Not cool at all. Very oof ouch. Okay. I'm gonna see how these look mixed up together. This might be nasty. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. And if it is nasty, then we'll start over. Or it might be really pretty. Oh, that's really pretty, but I don't think it's not dark enough. It's definitely not dark enough. That's made it like a sort of deep pinkish brown, which is actually really gorgeous. But it's definitely, if I just kind of plop it out there, it's definitely still a little bit too vibrant for this. So I'm going to add some black to it, but that's really pretty. Oh, I'm going to need to remember this formula for another time, because that's gorgeous. Okay. Black. Many distractions says, how dare you hurt Sammy, bottle. Quite right, quite right. Thank you for the defense. I appreciate it. Many distractions. Cheers. Okay. Now, as usual, black is pretty potent, so I've plopped out like a quarter of a drip here. Because sometimes you add black and it literally just obliterates every other color on the palette. Sometimes you add black and it does very little, weirdly. But sometimes it's just like, I am overtaking everything with such ferocity that no other color, it seems, has ever been here. Wow, 18,000 piece puzzle, says Aoife. I want to solve, when I buy an 18,000 piece puzzle, I want to solve an 18,000 piece puzzle, not 4,500 puzzles. Can I stand by that decision and still have regrets? Oh my goodness. That all sounds like a lot of pieces. Oh, that's pretty. Oh. Yes. Oh, that's really nice. That's so nice. Okay, yeah. I think we have our gnome last color. Hooray. Love this for her. Okay. So I masked this off so I could just do sort of a background fill in. So I guess that's what I'll do like first. Is just do some, just kind of pre-wet the background so I can just plop some ink on top of it. Hooray. I don't have a super solid plan for what the background's going to be for this piece. It might just be a color, or I might throw in some very sketchy, sort of generic tavern-y background set pieces. Like maybe you can just see the bar at the back with like some taps and stuff. I don't know. It's not going to be overly complicated. Whatever. Because we're on a speed run and I would like to get it finished. So, you know. Let us do that then. Also, I can't make the background too dark because I don't want to run out of ink, because I'm probably not going to be able to mix this exact color again. So I would rather not have to face that problem. So the background's going to be probably not overly colorful at this point, which hopefully is fine. To which end, what I'm actually going to do is use this little brush to kind of pick up and smudge some ink in a couple of different spots over here, and then just kind of pre-water them down a little bit. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to use whatever that is with a very wet brush. Very wet. Oh, sorry for the shaky cam. Very wet big boy brush. And just use this to... This is the color that the background's good. Oh, that's so dreamy. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I like that a lot. Cool. I feel like dreamy is a good word for this color, and also just the way that it's kind of moving across the piece. So hopefully this will turn out okay. Anyways, I didn't want to do a whole bunch of just like sincere fan art of my Dungeons and Dragons characters, but on the other hand, it was the first thing that came to mind when I heard the word grimoire, was someone I know who has something like that. Also, oh my goodness gracious, so trying to look up like references for like what a grimoire might look like, doing a little like search engine image search situation, and one of the first things that came up, because obviously they want to make money, is the shopping tab with all kinds of like shop listings for grimoire type things. Hello Sammy, and welcome in. How are you doing? Lovely to see you. Hope you're having a lovely Thursday. But yeah, one of the first things that comes up is an Etsy listing for this very, very old looking book. And the listing says in big letters, "Do not buy." And I'm like, I'm so excited when I see this, because I think, oh my god, are they going to say that it's cursed? Are they going to say that it's haunted? Like, cause it's a pretty plain looking, antiquarian looking book. So my thoughts immediately go to, it's gonna be haunted, it's gonna be cursed, it's got a ghost in it or something, right? No, it's way more boring than that, of course. It's just like a placeholder listing for if you want a custom bookbind done. And I'm like, no! If you're gonna have, like, a picture of a magical grimoire, and you're gonna start your listing with "do not buy" in big letters, I'm going to think that there is some kind of supposed real magic afoot, and I'm gonna be so disappointed that that is not the case. No, I felt so sad. I was so excited to read all about the lore of this, like, dangerous book that for some reason was listed on Etsy, but they're like, don't buy it, it's cursed. Because that kind of thing is super fun, and very, very fun to me. There was, I've definitely seen people post like screen caps of like Craigslist listings and stuff for like haunted dolls, and I'm sure Facebook, now I'm not on Facebook so I can't confirm this, but I am 100% convinced that I'm sure Facebook Marketplace has got to be full of things that are listed as like cursed and haunted, and like, please take this haunted doll away from me. It's available for free. Just come pick it up. Even though I know when I wake up the next morning, it's gonna be back in my house somehow. I was so sad. I was so sad that it was just like a placeholder listing for custom books, and you actually just needed to contact them to get a quote. Talk about anticlimactic. I'm taking a little bit of the excess water out of this background just because I want it to dry faster so I can keep working. Because otherwise things are going to get real boring. Oh, now I'm sad as well, says Sammy Ann. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make you sad. Contains forbidden knowledge, says Towels. I wish it did. Anyways, so yeah, that was a little disappointing. For sure. This color is gorgeous. I'm so happy I made this color. This color is bringing me a lot of joy and delight right now. Yay. Okay, so there's a lot of this painting that I can't work on until this is a little bit drier. But, there are bits that I can, because they are not touching masking fluid. So I think I'm just going to try and color in some of those bits, perchance. Like, I'll do this little ink bottle, I assume, would be fairly dark in color because it contains ink. So I can paint that in. And I can actually paint in all of, like, what Miri is wearing, at least. I can't do her hand because I want to make sure that, her flesh tone matches. And the easiest way to do that is to do it all at once. Oh my god. Barrel Extra, hi. Welcome in. Hope you're having a lovely day. They say, England might not have a kidney bank, but they do have a Liverpool. I feel like that warranted a slow clap. If anything has ever warranted a slow clap, thank you so much for that. It was delightful. And it's doing me a sensible chuckle. Thank you. So yeah, I hope you're having a good Thursday, and thank you very much for such a lovely intro. Yeah, anywho. Let me catch up with chat. I think I missed something. Many distractions. This comment has a ghost in it. Oh my gosh, it does. Oh my goodness gracious. Sammy Ann says, my favorite is the definitely not haunted piano someone was trying to sell on Facebook Marketplace. Not a player piano, but has been known to play on its own. Free, just get it out of my house. Oh my god. That's amazing. That's amazing and also a little scary. But mostly amazing. Oh goodness. I love it. Sorry, gonna try not to die. But I can make no promises. But I shall endeavor. Okay. I think I want to maybe just lighten this up a smidge for bits of Miri's little... I forget. I should probably look up her outfit. It's on Hero Forge. Hold up. Am I pulling up my Hero Forge account so I can look at what colors her outfit is? Just obviously this piece is all one color, but I just need to get an idea of the values. Whilst I'm doing that, why don't I shout out the person who gave us the grimoire prompt, which was Sad Little Acorn, whose prompt today is tomorrow. And if you're not familiar with Acorn, you should be, because they're also great. There you go. Anyways. And for anyone who missed it, this is what we finished earlier, which was today's prompt, which is Goose from Nephra. Always be honking, everybody. ! Honk in the chat. If you would like to honk, you can do so there. Anyways. But yeah. Please tell me I'm signed in. Please be signed in. If I'm not signed in, I'm not signing in for this, because it's okay. I can make an educated guess, I think. Okay, yeah, there she is. Oh, bless. Of course, she's taking forever to load, but anyways. Thank you for the honk, many distractions. Should I make a command for ! HONK, just in case that happens again? ! and just be like, oh, no, you tried. Just you tried .jpg. Okay. Oh man, her outfit's so pretty. I love her outfit. It's in real life it looks like, so here's what she looks like when I made her in Hero Forge, just in case anyone's curious. Please work. Please work. There she is. Ta-da! She's just tittle. She's like, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 feet tall, as gnomes often are, and she's a magical friend. Anyways, so that's what I'm working with, or trying, anyways. Okay, and actually, I would say, annoyingly, the 2 main colors of her outfit are fairly close in value. So I think I'm just gonna have to kind of fudge it, for this, which will be fine. No one's checking my Hero Forge account to see that I've given her the same outfit, so I'm not super worried. And she does have a lovely feather that she's writing with, because this is Fantasyland, where, I don't know, everyone has feather pens and stuff, because it's fun and cute and cool. And why not? Okay, cool. Anyways, I'll also fill in the slightly either tinted or ink stained top of the ink bottle there. And I'm watching like a hawk to see how this is drying, and the answer is it's really not. I need like a hairdryer or something to just get my paint layers to dry faster. Which I do not have, which is genuinely kind of frustrating. And I wish that I did, because it would be really useful. I think I'm going to do this color-y bit a little darker. Possibly even a lot bit darker, I'm not sure. But I think this is working for the moment. Actually, yeah, I think that's pretty cute. I think that'll be pretty cute. Nice. The Frog Queen has a monopoly on feather pens. As many distractions. Oh no! Oh no! I would like to think that the Frog Queen would be amenable to sharing, but why don't I also do some of the little details on this, the binding of this book. Like so. Because there's these weird little buckly bits that are kind of holding it together. And these little sort of flourishy details. These bits of masking fluid that I really didn't need to actually put down, and just kind of was getting a little overzealous there with, actually. That I'm just gonna get rid of, because we don't need them. Oops. And maybe just so. Oh, my brush is a little bit too wet. Oh no. I'm just gonna have to go for it, because I've started, so I kind of just need to try and finish it. Fingies crossed that I don't make a dog's breakfast of it. Hopefully I don't. Anyways. Well, what's for dinner, everybody? I am having some salad with falafel. I'm gonna make a nice little vinaigrette with just the usual ingredients, really, for my vinaigrettes anyways, which is like lemon juice, garlic infused olive oil, za'atar, salt, tiny pinch of sugar, that's about it. Tiny pinch of sugar is optional, but I think it's kind of nice, so I do it. Okie dokie. Oh, this is terrifying. Why did I, every time I put a bunch of, it's so much easier to draw the tiny details in pencil than it is to, like, try and paint them in neatly afterwards. Why did I do this to myself? No. No, no, no. Oh, beans. I mean, I think it's working out okay, but so stressy. Also, the way the paper has curved, this bit that's nearest to all of the bits that I've masked off are taking the longest to dry. It's only noon 30 where Mira is, so they don't have dinner plans yet. That's fair. It's damp, but it's not drippy, so I'm just gonna give it a little shaky and see if that helps. Just move some of the air around it. Shaky, shaky, shaky. Come on, dry. Because I would really like to finish it. Or at least get most of it done with the ink that I have. I think I'm gonna leave the details in the background fairly vague. Like, this is definitely, this bit here is definitely drying. This bit here is this bit here is still soaking wet. Not fair. I'm just holding it over here because I can shake it a little bit more vigorously. So please look at the goose while I do that. I hope you enjoy looking at the goose. I'm going to take a sip of my black currant because I haven't had any of it yet, and it's just waiting patiently over here. Yum, delicious. Man, what a nostalgic flavor black currant squash / cordial is. It's so good. It's so good. I don't know, it reminds me of being very young, even though it was never really a thing that you could buy in shops back home, but occasionally my grandmother would get it somehow. I guess they had it in her supermarket, maybe. But it's so tasty. Thank you for the honk downstairs at Goose Has Many Distractions. Yay! I love this goose. I think it turned out very cute. I hope that people like it as an interpretation of today's prompt. Because I think it is fun. Ooh! Okay, the shiny part is definitely getting smaller on this painting, so something is happening, which is really good. Okay, I'm gonna bring this back and I'm gonna paint in the feather. And I'm gonna see if I can do the heart afterwards. What you don't want to do is you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you are taking the masking fluid off way too soon. Because that's what can cause your paper to, like, tear and stuff, and you do not want that. So I am trying to be careful. I feel like I should have used a smaller brush for this, but I think as a first pass, this is all right. I'll add some additional texture later with a finer brush, I think, when I'm coming to do, like, the line weight and stuff for it. So again, none too concerned. This is basically dry, so hopefully I can very carefully extricate the masking fluid and draw on a little heart. There we go. Yay! Ta-da! We've got ourselves a little heart I can paint in now, which is delightful. And I think I want the heart to be a reasonably deep shade of whatever we're calling this. I don't know what we're calling this color family. Just pretty. It's just pretty. It did end up being a little bit more pink than I'd at first imagined. But it's just so pretty, I cannot bring myself to mind that at all. I just think it's a really lovely color. So, honestly, fine by me. Nice big heart because she loves her. And isn't that just dandy? Don't I just love that for them? I do. There. Ta-da! Okay, cool. Okay, I think I might be able to unmask these bits, and then I can do this very big mug of beverage. It's probably just I mean, it's in a mug, so it's not like an ale or anything. I think she's just having a nice hot tea of some description. Which is also very nice. I mean, if she wanted to have an ale, she certainly could. She's a grown-up. She's enjoyed an ale before whilst out at the tavern with her buddies. Any distraction says, "Oh, I do like pink." Yeah, me too. I think this is a very soft pink. It's a very, I don't know, it's just a very comforting color for me. Liquid masking tape, eh? Yep. Got the good old art masking fluid. We love it. It's gross, and sometimes it fails us, but it's very useful. It's very useful. And especially if I want to do just like a quick background like that, sort of like wet and wet texture. Because I think that starting on a base of like a wet paper, the texture you end up with when you're just doing like a wash as a background looks so much nicer than if you are just painting on dry. So I'm much happier to do that. Okay. Okay. I think I can pick up the bits around the book. I'm gonna leave her the chair and her hair for the moment because it's still a little bit damp around that area, but the rest of it's fine. So I'm gonna do the drink, and then the mug, and the desk next. And then we'll do the rest of our little warlock, her chair, her hair, her beautiful gnomish flesh. Never had ales as many distractions, but I did have mead once, loved it. Oh yes, mead is nice. I have not had mead for many, many moons. It is surprisingly not something you see very often here. But I had it a few times back in Canada, and it was really nice. Had some like fruity meads as well, like there was this raspberry mead that was just stunning. It was also not super easy to find, but it was really tasty. Very, very tasty. I'm giving this mug a bit of sort of an ombre glaze because I think it's really pretty when they do that with like stonewares and stuff. So I figure why not? This is a pub with taste. Oh no. I tried to mute the mic and I don't think it worked. So I'm so sorry that you had to hear me cough just then. I did try to mute, but it didn't. It failed me. Oh no. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Heck. Oh, shoot. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. Okay. Just gonna pick up all of that wetness and give us a desk color. There we go. Or I guess it's not really a desk, it's like a table because she's in a tavern. That makes more sense. Are we sick now, says Aoife? No, I think about, do I have to call my physician? No, I'm okay. I've just got a bit of I've had a bit of a sore throat since yesterday. I've got a little bit of a cough, but other than that I feel entirely fine. So don't you worry. And you know I'm not shy about letting y'all know if I'm feeling genuinely under the weather, so I'm okay. But thank you for the concern. Thank you also for the honk mesh, and thank you for the reminder to keep breathing from Tals. I appreciate that as well. That goes for everyone else. Please do not forget to breathe. It's an important facet of being a person in the world. Okay. And sorry we're going sideways here for the moment. Just because I think it'll make things a little bit easier. There we go. Alright. Can I grasp a little bit more of that color? Because I feel like the one side of the desk is a little darker than the other side of the desk. And I would like to make sure that the desk doesn't fully blend in with the color of the mug if I can avoid it. So just going to try and dot a little bit more ink onto this side. Okay. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Just even it out a little bit so it's not looking so blotchy. Cool. Okay. We have a table. Hooray. And if I can darken this down a smidge, I would like to use this nice darker shade for these sort of outer borders of our Magic Girlfriend book. And I realize I did a little bit too soon because it is ever so slightly bleeding into the table, which I will clean up in just a moment. But that is in fact a goof. And I'm sorry. Okie dokie. There we go. Cool. So yes, I will clean that up. Because that was a whoops. I'm just gonna use this. Just gonna use this clean brush to do that. There we go. Perf. Okay, nice. Yay! It's done. That was easy. I love when it's just that simple. I really do. There we go. Okay, gonna pop this to one side because I will use it later. Do we want to do chair as well? Yeah, I think we can just fully rid ourselves of the masking fluid now, which is great. I think, to be honest, I might just leave the background as just like a color. Partially just in the interest of getting this done. Because I would very much like to get it done. So I think I'm going to leave the background as just a color. That's one of the things about doing a 31-day art prompt challenge, is recognize what your limitations will be and try to keep to working within them. It is sometimes super difficult to force yourself to work within your self-imposed limitations, but believe me, things will just go better if you do. I would really honestly rather that than let myself get overambitious and then feel like I'm continuously sort of failing at whatever goals I've set myself. Would much rather set myself much more attainable goals and then feel good about achieving them. You know what I mean? Trust me when I say that that feels better. So, yeah, attainable goals, we love those here. I will say her skin tone looks a little bit weird because she does look very pink, but everything else in the painting is pink, so I feel like it makes it look less weird. I hope that makes it look less weird that she is also rather pink. Because she's not normally pink, she's, you know, grayish brown. But I also thought that pink would be a nice sort of romantical hue for this piece. I hadn't done much in a similar color, and the soft pink that we arrived at is just so pretty. I love it so much. Okay, to be honest, when she's like fully painted in, it looks a lot less weird than when it's just bits of her, and especially because everything else is in shades of the same color. It doesn't look nearly as bizarre, I don't think. Yeah, I think once she's fully painted in, it makes a lot more sense. Sammy Ann says, I always get overambitious, so I recognize that and limit my 31 days to maybe 10. I appreciate that and think it's a fabulous way to manage your own expectations. Absolutely. Any way that you can find to make whatever project you want to work on actually doable is a good thing to do. Absolutely. 100%. So whether that's saying, okay, I'm actually only going to do this number of days and just choose ones, because of course with any of these challenges, you don't have to do something every single day. You can do as much or as little as you want or as you have the means to do. And if at any point it feels like you're putting too much pressure on yourself, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it all. There were a couple of years where I did sort of a self-imposed project where I would basically write a book and illustrate a book in October. And my plan was to do basically sort of a cycle of 4 books. And when I got to the 4th book, I got about 2/3 of the way in, and I was like, I don't have the time to finish this. I'll have to do it eventually. And so I just kind of dropped it partway through and never did come back to it. So, and now I feel like my art style has diverged enough, because this was like, 3 or 4 years ago, that I'm like, okay, if I try to do it now, the art styles are not going to match up and it's going to look bizarre. So now I can't. Oh no. So that's kind of, if I ever decided to go back to that project, I would just have to start that sequence of illustrations entirely from scratch. Which might not necessarily be the worst thing, but also will be very time consuming. So, it's kind of gone onto the back burner, and you know what? That's fine. That is also a thing that happens sometimes. Sometimes you start a project and you're like, I can't finish this right now, I'll do it later, and then later comes and you're like, yeah, I'm kind of focused on doing other stuff now, so I don't feel like doing that anymore. And that is okay too. It's all good. Anyways, I think I'm going to do a second pass on her skin, because it is practically the same like level as the background behind her, and so I think if it is like a shade darker, it will look better. Also, I would say that her skin tone is quite medium, so I think it can be a little bit not quite as dark as her hair, but a little bit darker than the background, to arrive at a nice, pretty medium. Will be good. A happy medium. There we go. Okay. Ooh! Sammy Ann says, by the way, I have some happy mail all the way from the UK. Little Newsy Dragon has completed its flight. I'm in love. Yay! Yay! Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so pleased. I'm so happy you like it. I'm so happy that it arrived. That's really exciting. And thank you so much for adopting that little dragon and giving them a good home. Thank you, thank you. Oh. Yay! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh man, my hands look dry. That is one of the joys of like colder weather season and starting to be in places where, like, the heating is switched on is just suddenly your skin is so dry. I don't like it. They are center on my inspiration board, says Sammy Ann. Oh, thank you so much. This heart is now for you. Thank you. Very, very sweet. Very kind. If anyone is wondering, at least I think that what Sammy Ann is referring to is an art print that I did of a painting that I did of a paper drake perched atop their little collection of books. Okay. Those hands are too wet. Oh no. There was too much water on my brush, but that's fine. I can pick it up. That's one of the joys of being able to pick it up. That's better. Okay. And now, face. I always find you've got to work quickly painting in the face, otherwise you run the risk of getting weird seams in the color and having it turn kind of blotchy. Especially if you're doing more than one pass of it. Every time you do, the risk gets greater. Oh yeah, that's so much better, I think. It's, you know what, the difference is subtle, but it is, I honestly think that's better. I'm going to drop a little bit of, just a twinge of additional sort of blushy. Just on the tips of the ears, because why? Because I think it's really cute when a character has big pointy ears and they're blushing. I think that's hecking adorable, so I wanted to do that here, and I think it works. Okay, awesome. Okay, so next, shadows, shading, all that jazz. Trying to make it make sense, and we'll probably fail, but we'll try anyways. Just consider where I want my little shadows to be. I think I want them to go this way a little bit. I think that'll be good. I think that'll work well here, if they go in that direction. So that's what I'm gonna do. Anyways, Sammy Ann says, I stumbled across them by clicking on the shop link, just saying. Well, thank you very much for the exclamation mark shop, Sammy Ann. I appreciate that. I am not great at promoting myself because I'm a shy plum. But I do have a shop, in case anyone is curious. And thinks, hey, this art is neat. What if I got some prints or stickers or what have you? You can do that right there. I put up a whole bunch of very seasonal autumnal stuff back at the end of September. So if you like things like ghosts and that kind of vibe, werewolves, vampires, other such things, as well as just general coziness, there's a lot going on in there for you to enjoy or not. It's entirely up to you. You are the master of your own destiny when it comes to whether or not you want to buy art from a little independent creature. That was a very long wind of saying, hey, check out my art, or don't. It's up to you. Which is also a very silly thing to say, but never mind. Anyways. But yeah, I hope you think it's neat. And for anyone who has supported like the shop and its updates and what have you, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really do. You're all breathtaking. And for anyone who hasn't, I love you also. It's all good. I too am a shy artist, so I try to help when I can, to Sammy, and thank you. I still can't believe that I tried to make a like reply to a post on Instagram yesterday giving a little bit of love and support to a handful of artists who I think are neat on Instagram. And I got put in Instagram jail for it. They were like, no, you cannot. And I was like, what? Hey. It just felt so mean. Like, I know it's just, there must have been some word I used or something that triggered their, like, you're doing a spam, alert that made the comment get removed. But it just felt so sad to specifically remove that of all things. Like, come on, y'all. No. I was just trying to support some pals. And it didn't want me to, which is sad. Okay. There we go. Yay! Alright. I think she's pretty cute. I hope you think she's pretty cute too. I'm gonna make this beverage a little bit darker, I think. And then I'm gonna start doing the liney stuff. And we're gonna do the liney stuff. Hopefully the liney stuff won't take too long. I'm gonna try not to speed run it so fast that it, like, you know, looks bad. But if I can speed run it enough that it gets done, that would be super rad. But we shall see. We shall see. Anyways. Alrighty. Cool. Carefully. Don't run into any shading that is still wet. Yay, I didn't. Good job, me. I hope it's okay that these two pieces actually are a little bit simpler. There will be some somewhat more complex bits coming up over the next couple weeks. Or at least of the bits that I've sketched in so far, or I know what I'm doing for, which are not all of them, admittedly. But most of them. I do know what I'm doing with most of them, which is really good. Oh, that got a bit thick. Oh no. Oh well, that got thick too. It's fine. It's a chunky mug. That's all good. Who cares? But I can show you the sketches I've got for the next few days if you're curious, and pretend you're curious for a moment. So after grimoire is transient, so I'm just it's sad, but it's a tree and the last leaf is about to fall from the tree and it says I'm not ready to say goodbye. So that's a little bit I don't know. This is Spark, because they're doing the hammering of the hot metal and little sparks go phew, you know. So I'm gonna do that, and then transparent. Hello, it's a wiggly little jellyfish. It's a wiggly, very large jellyfish because they do take up the entire piece of paper. And then after that is cottage, and these are all the sketches that I have left. But this is just a full-on cottage in the woods with a couple of little guys hanging out and drinking morning coffees. They do not want to come into focus. There. Just hanging out and having their morning coffees, having a nice time. Anyways, jellies! It's Tal's jellies! It's Samantha, hell yeah. Anyways. Oh, sorry, Sammy-Ann. Anyways. Jellies indeed. I am, you know, it took me a while to figure out what to do for the prompt transparent, and I am so happy that I remembered that jellyfish exist. Look at their little face. Look at it. That's a good face. At least I think that's a good face. I hope y'all think it's a good face too. Oh no, now I'm having doubts about face. But yeah, I'm a little concerned that I've only got the next four extra days, 5/7 of a face this mirror. I mean, yeah. Also, yes. But yeah, I hope. I hope that that I can get a little bit ahead of myself again this weekend, because it does genuinely. It's nice having a little bit of a cushion, with regard to like not having to do the sketch for the piece you're doing that day. That day. 5 out of 7 is a perfect score, says Mira. Aw, geez. Thank you. I don't know how those maths work, but I will gladly accept it. Thank you. Okay. Alright. And I'm sorry if I get a little quiet. Whew, was just focusing hard on getting that good. So I was trying to figure out whether she was right-handed or left-handed. She is right-handed. Okay. I ain't. As you can probably tell. It's a meme, says Mira. Ah, that's why I don't know it. I will have to look up the meme. There are a lot of memes that I do not understand. Not on purpose, just because I don't know, the internet is very vast. And there's a lot of it that I simply do not have access to because I don't have certain apps or websites. Did I ever tell y'all about the story of why I don't have Facebook? Because it was not a deliberate decision on my part. I mean, I was thinking, like, you know, I never use Facebook. I sign in, like, once a month to, or I hop on, like, once a month just to check and see if I have any DMs from, like, my cousin or my sister-in-law, and that's about it, and then I go away again. I lost access to Facebook because, I got signed out of the website, and then when I tried to sign back in, I realized A, I guess I don't remember my password, but B, the process to sign in was so confusing. Instead of, okay, so I was like, okay, could you just send me, like, a password reset link or code or something, you know, like the usual gubbins, right? And it was like, okay, so I got it to send me like a password reset link, and the password reset link didn't go anywhere. The link was broken and didn't work. Okay, great start. Love that for me, right? And then I'm like, okay, the password reset link didn't work. And they were like, all right, just go to another device where you're logged into Facebook and then reset your password from there. But the trouble is, I wasn't logged into Facebook anywhere else. Oh my goodness, thank you for the what face, Sammy Ann. That's adorable. Thank you. And I mean, right? It was wild. And then they were like, okay, we'll just send this code to your app. And I'm like, I don't have the app. I just need a password reset link that works. And you would think that, you know, one of the largest social media in the world would have a password reset link that works, but no. We are not so lucky. Therefore, even though it wasn't strictly my call, I'm no longer on Facebook. And to be fair, basically, my experience of Facebook over the last few years was mostly just hopping on, seeing, like, one post, and then immediately afterwards, like, a ton of ads and suggested pages that I was never interested in and were usually just sort of surprise ads, and then leaving the website again because It used to be a bit of a social outlet for me. Like, I would occasionally get messages from people being like, hey, here's a writing opportunity you might be interested in. But that kind of thing sort of dried up. So I don't really need it for that anymore. And I don't really communicate with anyone on there, so... And I would assume that if anyone on there really desperately wants to communicate with me, they would find the means to do so. I'm very findable online, you know? Like, you can send an email through my website, and nobody's done that, so... Clearly, no one is interested in communicating with me that I was friends with on Facebook and not already friends with elsewhere. Like, you know, they have my number, or... my email address, or also don't use Facebook anymore but are on like a different, better website. Anywho, ooh, I'm gonna do this little heart, and I'm gonna kind of curve it a little bit more that way. There we go. So it really looks like it's coming from her magic book. Because I don't know, I was feeling real sappy, I think, when I made this character. I just loved the idea that, like, oh, you can communicate with your warlock patron via the magic book. Well, what if the warlock patron is your sweetheart and you exchange love letters? I also just love the idea of just like a super powerful ancient being just being like, yeah, this super normal girl who is just like a, whatever the gnomish equivalent of like being like a 32-year-old lady who is just has a normal job. Just being like, yeah, I've fallen in love with them, but I also have she's got her regular job and occasionally going off on little adventures, and I've got, you know, benevolently ruling over the domain of frogs or whatever. So when we're not on dates, we can communicate via our magic book and exchange love letters, and also she can do magic now. I just think it's real cute. Anyways. But Sammy, Meta says Sammy Ann, why are you not one of us with the app? And Tal says, yeah, Facebook is pretty much a hole of nothing to be of interest. And Sammy Ann says, I adore the concept. Oh, thank you. But yeah, what I'm hearing about from Facebook honestly sounds all kind of terrible. There was a blog post / article thing that I saw from someone I sort of vaguely keep up with, who was, thanks algorithm, just starting to get sent all kinds of really like creepy AI pictures of like animals being rescued, but it was all like really obvious fake like AI pictures. And almost all of the comments below were also obviously like bots. And it's kind of weird to think that there may come a time that these places just end up sort of being self-sustaining. There is basically no human interaction. You have a post that was created by a bot with an AI image, and just a whole bunch of bots replying to each other beneath.
Oh hell yeah, Samantha_42 just subscribed. 38 months? That is almost an entire year.
Oh my god, Samantha! Okay, first of all, thank you so much for the sub. Second of all, I think I think that the alert jump scared the camera, but thank you so much for the sub. Oh my goodness. I mean, it jump scared me as well, but that was such perfect timing. Thank you for that. And hello, I hope you are well. Did I miss the Chaos Goose? So Samantha, I can show you the Chaos Goose. In fact, I would love to show you the Chaos Goose. Let me just get the camera up and running again real quick. Let me see. It's the app on the camera is working, so hopefully you'll be able to see it again. Yay! Okay, we're back. Anyways, this is Grimoire. And I'll come back to do the rest of her face in just a second. But Samantha just got here and didn't see the goose. So here's the goose. It says always be honking. And they have a knife. But yes, that was very impressive. And thank you again. Here's your hand heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh yeah, we also have a new command, Samantha. ! Honk allows you to honk in the chat. So there's a thing. It just says honk, but it says honk. It's very fun. Look at that absolute friend, Samantha. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you approve. Let's just do a little close-up of their little goosey face. With a beautiful knife that honestly looks like it would be very, very good at spreading, like a delicious boursin kind of cheese situation, if you like such things. And, or maybe, ooh, spreading marmalade on toast, always be honking. It's very important. Honk! So anyways, yes, that is the... Mara, thank you so much for the gnome husbands. Thank you, thank you. Aww. Thank you for celebrating their love. They do indeed love each other very much. And we love them. Thank you. Very sweet. Delightful music to accompany the husband, says Sammy Ann. I feel like it suits them. I feel like it suits their vibe. The name of the piece is Rustic Dance, and I found it on a tape of, the music that they used to, back in the 70s and 80s, they had just these, reel-to-reel tapes of music that they would play in Kmart stores. If anyone knows or remembers Kmart, that's where that comes from. And yes, the piece is called Rustic Dance, which I think is delightful. But it was a really interesting piece of historical ephemera that thankfully someone uploaded to the interwebs, containing just the several of these reel-to-reel tape recordings that just included a lot of, music-y type instrumental music pieces. Interspersed with the occasional sort of little announcement being like, oh, do you need a new article of clothing specifically for your feet? Well, march on down to the shoe section where we have a beautiful selection of footwear for men, women, and children and babies. Today at Kmart. That kind of thing interspersed throughout. And you'd get seasonal ones like, get ready for summer with our beach collection. We've got swimwear for the whole family, and towels, and pool toys, all at prices that can't be beat here at Kmart. It's just, it's amazing. Fascinating look into honestly, pulling out memories that were long buried in my brain of going into Kmart to shop for back to school clothes and hearing the music and dancing to the music because I thought it was a vibe, and then my brother telling me that I shouldn't be dancing to the music because you're supposed to hate music and it's bad and you're not supposed to like it. And then feeling shamed about dancing and enjoying things and internalizing that for a lot of my life. Thanks, bro! Yay! God forbid a child express joy. Anyways. Sammy Ann says, Kmart, there's a blast in the past. I'm fascinated that these reels exist. I need to see if I can find the website, if it's still up. Because it is honestly amazing. Mira says, shop smart, shop Kmart. Hell yeah. Oh man, we bought a lot of stuff at Kmart back in the day. It was very useful. Samantha says, oh, my older brother was like that. If I enjoyed something, that something was shit and I was wrong for it. That's so mean. Why are older siblings like that? I guess that if your younger sibling likes it, then it's embarrassing, I suppose. But that's not very nice. I think certainly at a certain age, my older brother is 4.5 years older than me. So certainly I think there came a point where, like, you know, he was an edgy older child and I was an embarrassing younger child. So anything that I liked or enjoyed was embarrassing, and anything that he liked was cool and I wanted to like it too. Which, thinking about it now, I'm embarrassed by. But never mind. Okay. So I wanna water this down and thin it out a little bit, and just add just a smidgen more detail, and we will shortly be there with this piece, I think, because I want to just add a little bit, just you know what, just a smidgen of this table is made of wood texture to the table, because I think that would be nice to have. But keeping it subtle here also. Which is why I didn't want to have like the full strength ink to do that bit of texture. And also, while I'm at it, can I just give a very faint suggestion that this mass of pages does actually have pages in it, so I added a little bit of texture. Anyways, older siblings should be illegal, says Samantha. But Sammy Ann says, my younger brother was like that. Oh no, is it? I don't want to say it's just a brother thing, because I doubt that, like, my partner is a brother, and I don't think he was like that. I think he was busy enjoying his own nerdy things, like, I don't know, listening to heavy metal and stuff. Anyways, as an older sibling, I protest, Sammy Ann says. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Samantha says, sorry, can't help a lawbreaker like you. Oh, no. Kobe says, ooh, late, Mikael. No. Also, hi. Also, I am genuinely about to conclude. Do you think I should put... I feel like I should put some little this beverage is warm vapors over top of the tea here. Because I think that just always gives a nice impression of this is a nice hot cup of tea, which I think Miri here would appreciate. So we love that for her. She's having a nice time just writing some romantic letters to her girlfriend in her magic grimoire. Because she can do that, because she's a warlock. And yeah, I think she's done, which is awesome. So we speed ran 2 artworks today, which I feel pretty good about. So this is Grimoire, which is tomorrow's, and I'm going to give a shout out again to the prompter of this prompt, who is Acorn, who is there. And I'm also going to shout out, we started with Goose. I'm so happy with the Goose color we ended up with. This took a bit of blending. What did I use? Oh yeah, I think it was a mix of flame orange and red earth, I believe. And the grimoire piece was a mixture of red earth, deep violet, and just a dot of black to kind of mute it down a little bit. Very happy with the way that turned out. But yeah, I'm going to shout out also Nephra, who gave us today's prompt, which is Goose. which is this horrible so-and-so. Samantha says, Chaos Goose! Chaos Goose! Chaos Goose! Hell yeah. Thank you also for the exclamation mark honk in the chat. Much appreciated. I think we should find somebody to raid, because I gotta go make dinner. I'm doing a nice salad with falafels today. I'm very looking forward to eating it, but I do need to get that going fairly shortly. So, let me see who's doing a stream at the moment. Okay. Let me just have a little look-see. And make sure that this person is not just about to finish, because that would be really embarrassing. Are they just about to... Please don't be just about to finish. Please don't be just about to finish. Okay, well, they've been going for a really long time, but they are today's prompter. And oh my god, that artwork's amazing. Okay, let's get on this real quick. And just squeeze in there. Okay, so here's a, instead of generic raid message, I'm putting honk, honk, honk today. I don't have a goose emote, annoyingly, which would be really appropriate for today. So I guess we'll just have Ananap hopping in, as a stand-in, I suppose. It's the best I can do. Hopefully it's fine. And there's the raid message. If you would like to grab the raid message, you can. If you have the emotes, feel free to grab it with the emotes. If you don't have the emotes, you can just say honk, honk, honk. Append whatever cool emotes that you have. Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow morning doing the usual gubbins, playing some Hollow Knight, and you're all amazing. Hope to see you again soon. And thanks for hanging out with me today. It's been really fun. And just one more thing before I go. And that thing is honk! Good night, everybody.